Is this a true alien caught on camera? We're going to be looking into this.
It's an alien abduction.
This.
Viral video from La Hunter.
And this. In today's video. So this first one, is this an alien abduction caught on camera? Now obviously, I've taken a little look at this. I was a bit baffled, but I wanted to kind of dig into it with you guys. So let's take a little look.
It's an alien abduction caught on camera. Watch this. So a man walks out of his front door, then all of a sudden, it looks like he is beamed up to outer space. The alleged alien abductee had this to say about the whole incident.
I think it got caught up in the recording, and for whoever in the loop got stuck.
So it stopped recording, and you had walked out of frame, and it looked like you disappeared.
Right, right.
So the explanation he gave doesn't really make sense because you can clearly see that the camera continues to record and it looks like he is beamed up to outer space. Some people might...
It absolutely does, and I completely agree with that. Like, if you watch the footage, the explanation that the guy's giving doesn't quite match up, because when you look at the footage, obviously we see this orb kind of thing go from where he was standing up into the sky, and it takes this curve shape because obviously these doorbells are fisheye lens, so you can kind of see that with the curve on this pillar, but clearly the camera continues to record, so it doesn't make any sense.
People might argue that it's a bug flying across the screen, but if we go frame by frame here, we can clearly see that it's not a bug and it's his body doing this. And if it is...
And that's the thing. Over the course of 2 to 3 frames, you see his body literally like solid, less solid, orb. Over the course of 3 frames, which is about 3 milliseconds.
A bug flying across the screen, why does he disappear after the bug flies across the screen? So I think that this was either some video editing, or he was actually abducted by aliens and he doesn't remember because they wiped his memories. Or maybe he does remember and some Men in Black type dudes told him to keep his mouth shut about it.
Now that's interesting, but I'm going to look back on the footage again. If you look in this area here...
Was this an alien abduction caught on camera?
Now obviously this is because I like to play devil's advocate with these things, so just bear that in mind.
Camera, watch this. So a man walks out of his front door, then all of a sudden it looks...
Now, it's very subtle, but if you look at it, when he disappears and he turns into that orb, there is a very subtle light shift, which suggests to me that this could potentially be, this is just potential and hypothetical obviously, that this is 2 different shots. And what he's done, if this is video editing, it could look like he's cut himself out and then inserted this second clip, and that's why there's this light shift. Because you imagine there's like him cut, and then a new video overlapping, and then it goes new clip, where this like maybe bug is going over the frame. But that then doesn't explain why he would then backtrack, because if he's gone through all the effort to edit this, why would he then say, oh yeah, this you know, it's nothing, like it's just a glitch in the camera.
Abduction caught on camera, watch this. So a man walks out of his front door, then all of a sudden...
Do you see the light shift, especially around this area here? Let's take another little look.
So a man walks out of his front door, then all of a sudden...
Darker. As soon as it's like darker. It's very subtle, so you know, I could be very wrong, but that's just where my head's at.
And it looks like he is beamed up to outer space.
What do you make of this? It's an interesting clip, absolutely. It's one that really got me thinking, and until I kind of saw that sudden change of lighting. Now, obviously, this could just completely, like, you know, again, being on the opposite end. So you've got, you know, abduction, editing, which I've already explained, or this guy's telling the actual truth, and what's actually happened is he's recorded and he's recording, the camera's skipped a bit and it's just jumped to a new frame, and it's just perfectly convenient that a bug would be exactly where he is at the time of him disappearing. You can see where it doesn't quite marry up, but then the explanation just doesn't make sense, and that's where I'm getting lost and confused, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. The next one. This one has been on the internet for the longest of times. I remember when this one first went viral. It was about 4 years ago. But it's still, from what I can understand, not explained. I don't think anyone's actually come to a solid conclusion about what it could be. So let's take a little look.
Just about 4:45, and take a look at this viral video from La Junta in southeastern Colorado. All right, Vivian Gomez wrote on Facebook that her security camera captured this on Sunday morning. There are people on Facebook who say it looks like Dobby from Harry Potter, or a ghost or an alien, or a kid in flip-flops and underwear. We think it looks like Lisa doing her Sunday morning dance. I don't know. Yeah? Lisa, were you in La Junta on Sunday?
I know she was out of town.
Give it away. The video has been seen by 11 million people.
That's going to be the new dance craze right there.
Just about.
It's such a weird one, because I've seen this video on many compilation channels, and it always pops up in like alien footage and best aliens caught on camera ever, and this one's always there. But what is it? It's so weird. It's so weird, and the way that it moves is even abnormal. The way that it's like bending its legs outwards and it's like moving like this, and it just looks so unnatural. And that's what gets me every single time. It's just how weird it is, how weird it is. So do you guys have any explanations? Let me know in the comments down below as we move into the next one, which came from, I believe, Las Vegas.
A mysterious phenomenon occurred during Christmas Eve in Las Vegas, and it was captured by several people. First video to surface the internet was by Hot Red. Check this out.
There's a UFO directly above the club right now.
What I want to know is why he's so casual. He's walking out like apparently there's a UFO outside right now. If it were me, I'd be like, holy shit, there's a UFO outside right now. Like, I'd either be freaking out or incredibly excited. Probably a mixture of both. Now, obviously, this is where it gets weird, because this is obviously strange. There's a big thing behind a cloud with lights on it in your skies. That's weird. But let's not forget that this is Las Vegas, the home of, entertainment, the home of weird things being in places that it shouldn't be. Just bear that in mind.
Oh my God.
At first, everybody thought that these lights that you're seeing in the sky were actually being originated from the strobe lights in the club. However, in the next video that Hothead Brad captured, you'll see that this thing, whatever it is something completely different. It's something else entirely, and it's hiding behind the clouds. Check this out.
What the hell is this? Honestly, this is really strange. I mean, we're here every day.
I definitely don't think it's from the strobe lights from the club. I don't think it's actually any ground lights, because otherwise the projection would be our side of the clouds, if that makes sense. It would be like you'd be able to tell it was being beamed up. But this is definitely coming from behind the clouds. So there's something behind the clouds. But is it unnatural for there to be things behind the clouds or up in the sky in Las Vegas?
Dad, I've never seen anything like this.
And what else is something that I've noticed is whenever the strobe lights, obviously there's 4 of them and they're kind of going apart and then coming back together and like overlapping. Whenever they come together, all 4, they all converge on this red dot here. Right slap bang in the middle of this craft. We'll call it a craft because, we've got nothing else to label it. So, what does that mean? Does that mean that this thing is done? Is that purposeful? Is that what could the relevance of that be? Could it be that I don't know how. I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to get it out. Like it doesn't give off the vibe that it would be non-human. It seems too convenient.
The reflection of that light.
See that? Right there.
That's really funny.
Whatever this thing is, it's huge and it's reflecting off the strobe lights. You can see here in the video very clearly that at a certain moment here, there you go, it's reflecting off the strobe lights. What the heck is this thing?
Now, that obviously gives the impression, to me anyway, that that's a physical object. If something reflects the light, you can know light doesn't reflect light. Something is reflecting the light. So there's definitely something physical there.
And well, it was seen by many other people who also captured it on camera. David Nicole is one of them. Check this out.
Yo, I swear there's a UFO right over Las Vegas. I gotta turn this thing around somehow. Oh, there it is. We're here in Vegas. I'm at Resorts World. Just got off work. And it's slowly, there it is. It's been sitting there for 10 minutes at least. And look at that. You see the rings? What is it? I'm telling you, that's a freaking huge ship.
The object remained in the same place for several minutes. A lot of people saw it in Las Vegas.
Right near the red. Right?
I see it.
Right now.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, there's something.
Now, there is absolutely zero denying that there is something there. Without a shadow of a doubt, there is something in the skies there. Is it alien? I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced because, you know, if it was anywhere but Las Vegas, I'd be a lot more convinced. But it's not uncommon for somewhere like Las Vegas, where you've got all these huge amusements and entertaining centers and, you know, all these things, for it to just not be some kind of drone. You know, it could just be like, would you put it past the, like, Las Vegas for there to be a huge drone that they just don't announce into the airspace, that, you know, and they just like, oh my god, there's aliens in Las Vegas, you know, like, it's such a Las Vegas thing to happen. Now, that's just my opinion. I could just be an ignorant Brit just saying that, but it's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd actually really like to hear your thoughts about that one. Now, the next thing before we get into the final part about the alien in Utah is, in 1964, apparently there was an interview in Area 51 with an alien that's only just been surfaced. Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Let's hold judgment before we take a look.
State line of origin? Okay, yesterday you told us you traveled, and I quote, thousands of light years to get here. Yes. Tell us the truth, or never be here. It is truth. Only from above. From your future. So I take it aliens took over our future, right? So we're human. Okay, so you evolved from us. So what are you doing here now? How? Okay, so how about we concentrate on your time? Wait, so you know the meaning of life?
Now, obviously, it's hella creepy. It's so intriguing, if true. But, and there's a huge but, it just doesn't give off the vibes of being real, you know? If this was actually 100% legitimate, there would be far greater buzz. And there would be no question about, is there extraterrestrial life? Are there aliens out there? When we're looking at it, the footage is there. This would have been groundbreaking, but it wasn't. Okay, it wasn't. It just wasn't. And that gives off the illusion that it was fake. It was created. It was generated. It was, you know, the possibilities of technology now is just so unfathomable that this could take someone a couple of weeks to mock up, you know? It sounds so cynical, and I hate being that guy. I hate being that guy who's like, nah, that's fake. But when you look at the full picture and you look at it from a pragmatic point of view, do you truly believe that we're seeing this and there's still questions about alien life, you know? Anyway, it's another one for the comment section, but we're going to move on to the very last point of this video, which is there has been an alien sighting in Utah. And this is very, very recently. It happened on January the 7th, 2024. And this might actually be one of the best captures, alongside the Miami Mall, of aliens that we might have ever experienced. And it completely, it just happened out of the blue. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't like there was so much hype around this. It was just posted to a Facebook page. That's how basic this was. It wasn't, you know, media explosions and all press covering it. It was just posted to a Facebook page innocently, someone asking, what'd you make of this? And it's like, it could actually be something. Anyway, so let's take a look.
Hey guys, this is Scott. I'm back. This is something I saw shared on Facebook. I just wanted to share it with you. It's kind of amazing. I'm going to analyze this photo at the end. It says, you guys, I'm not big on UFOs or aliens, by the way. What do you think of this? We were out at Baker Hot Springs, desolate area, hiking around and saw this. My husband wouldn't let me hike up the mountain. Ha ha. I was wondering if someone just set it up. Okay, let me show you a map of the area. Now, this is not too far from Area 51, Las Vegas. It's actually pretty close. And up here.
Before we get into this part, obviously, you know, we can see the image here. This is the image that is being referred to. So we've got this little being, head, arms, torso, legs. If it were me, I would have absolutely not snapped a picture. I would have recorded, because I feel like recorded evidence compared to photographic evidence is far more compelling, in my honest opinion, because if there's any movements, you can see. If this was just like, you know, one of those scarecrows, for example, you know, like it's just been planted there, if it hasn't moved for a prolonged period of time, you could probably rule out the fact that it was real. So that's why I prefer, you know, video evidence to photographic evidence, but that's just me.
Set it up. Okay, let me show you a map of the area. Now, this is not too far from Area 51, Las Vegas. It's actually pretty close. And up here, that's Area 51. And up here is Utah. And this is Baker Hot Springs. I'm actually less than 30 minutes away from there right now, believe it or not. And it's snowing. It's snowing outside. And it was snowing yesterday. So whoever this was on the hill is out there in the snow. Now, let's analyze this photo a little bit. This is the original untouched photo. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to add light only.
Now, this is what I like about this video. And this video was uploaded by UFO Sightings Daily. This is a very, very good breakdown and analysis. So if you haven't heard of or checked out UFO Sightings Daily, please go over and subscribe to their channel, because they do very, very good breakdown videos on the latest sightings.
Here we are. You can see the difference a little bit, but let's zoom in on the person. Maybe this is just a human being, right? In disguise or something? But it is a desolate area with only dirt roads leading up to the area and very few people out there, especially in the winter. Now look at this. I added light only. It looks like the person is wearing a purple velvet robe. Does that look like purple velvet to you? And it has almost a Jesus stance, a holy stance to the person. The hands down and out a little bit, the feet together, and the head.
Now, I completely understand I'm not a very religious person, personally. I'm not going to bring religion into it, because there's two things I don't like to talk about. It's religion and politics on this channel, because it gets very heated very quick. But, you know, whatever your religious beliefs are, that's fine. But for me, looking at this just from my perspective, I wouldn't have seen this kind of, you know, Jesus stance. But I did notice the stance being very out of the ordinary. You know, the arms aren't by the side. There's a very long neck, smaller head, bigger torso, smaller legs, smaller limbs. So that did intrigue me when it came to this.
The head is like no other. Look at that. This is normal again. This is normal.
Now, this is obviously where you can see it a lot clearer. This, you can see where, even when it's zoomed out, the neck is elongated. The head, smaller. Torso, larger. Limbs, smaller. It really makes it look weird.
I put in normal there. And zoom out, get the full perspective of it so you can see it all. Take it all in. Now notice also the person has a very, very thin neck. Very, very thin neck. And in a minute I'm going to put it in negative format, which is almost like infrared. It's kind of cool and it really pops. Now look at the neck of the person. Very strange. Here is negative format. And you can really see the stance. Everything, detail really pops out. You can't see any detail of a face. And I'm wondering, are we looking at the back of their head? Because if we're looking at the back of their head, it makes more sense. They didn't see the people behind them taking photos.
I disagree. I think we're seeing the front of the person. Reason being, I do feel like this is angled as if this being here is looking in this direction. Alright? Because I see this as the back of the head. This to be like a face area, almost like a little bit of some kind of mouth maybe there, and then this being like the forehead, front of the head region, with the torso kind of facing angled. I hope that makes sense. It's so hard to describe an angle of a person through a screen and a mouse, but I hope you get what I'm saying. And the step is being like almost like the limb is going this way and then this way. If there's, say, like maybe there's a knee joint there, if they have knees, I don't know. You know, kind of taking a step forwards.
And they didn't run off or disappear. What's your thoughts about this, guys? This is in a very desolate location in Utah. Very desolate location. And wow. Remember with the Miami alien video that came out of this huge alien walking by and news tried to say it's nothing, it's nothing? And do you remember the Brazil island alien where this 2.5, 3 meter alien was on top of a hill just like this? And that's all this week, guys. All this week. Tell me your thoughts. Like and subscribe.
Now that is a very interesting point. Obviously this photo did kind of hit alongside Miami Mall, Brazil. Obviously Miami Mall was so huge that it completely overshadowed anything and everything else that came out. Absolutely everything. Miami Mall was so big, it literally took over. I mean, it took over my channel. It completely diverted me into aliens. If I never posted about that, I'd probably still be doing paranormal stuff. But, you know, and it really sparked my interest. But it's so weird how this has come out all at the same time. And what's, you know, you got the desolate area, you know, out of the nowhere, very close to Area 51, if you think that has any relevance. But it's just so odd. It's so bizarre. I haven't seen many people talking about this at all. So, what do you guys make of it? Is this a true alien? Again, we've only got a photograph to take from it, so it could be literally anything. It could be a mannequin. It could be a scarecrow of some kind. You know, it could be literally anything just planted there. that's why I would love to have had a video, because if we could see like some movement, it would add to the authenticity. But we can only work with what we have. So over to you guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. And while you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you are new, and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload to this channel. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.